such as the Teotihuacan, Monte Alban, Palenque, and Tajin. Aztec Temple. Templo Mayor is one of the archaeological sites that define the civilization of the Aztec Empire. During the excavation, archaeologists saw an open gateway to a lost world. That was a surprising and, at the same time, terrifying thing to consider. So when did the civilization form? What was their culture? The discovery of Templo Mayor and everything. Hello, and welcome back to the Abandoned Archaeologist again, the channel to learn all about ancient archaeological findings. Today we will discuss discovering the mysterious gateway to a lost world in the ruined Aztec Temple and everything about the culture. So, what was there that shocked the archaeologists? Before we begin, to get your attention, we have a question you can answer at the end of the video by watching it. What did the Aztecs sacrifice to their gods to please them? Write down your answer in the comment section and see if you got it right. Here we begin with our video. The Aztecs, also known as Mexicas, emerged in the 14th century after allying with the Texcacos and Tacubas to free themselves from their former masters, the Azcapotzalcos. The Aztecs were a powerful state because of their military might, religion, and tribute system. They created their calendar with 18 months of 20 days each, built large cities, temples, and huge pyramids, and developed a farming system called chinampas to grow crops on shallow lake beds. They grew maize, beans, tomatoes, pumpkins, chilies, and other crops. As a result, the Aztecs made numerous contributions to modern life, ranging from agricultural products to incredible farming techniques to stunning art and architecture. Religion. The religion of the Aztecs was primarily polytheistic. They had separate male and female gods. Tonatiuh was the sun god. There were many deities, and they were honored with lavish offerings at monthly festivals. Only the Aztecs used human sacrifices in religious rituals, that they existed in many other ancient cultures, most of which were agricultural societies. The Aztecs performed human sacrifices to appease the sun god so that he could continue to provide them with light, warmth, and life. They believed that if human sacrifices were not made, the sun would go out and everything would perish. So the sun had to be fed to continue moving, resulting in day and night. However, not all rituals require human sacrifices. Those who were sacrificed were usually slaves or prisoners of war. The culture. The Aztecs were primarily a military and agricultural culture. The god of war, Huitzilopochtli, and the god of rain, Tlaloc, were their two most important deities. The Aztec economy relied heavily on the dualities of war and agriculture. The Aztecs grew their empire through military conquest and maintained it through tributes levied on conquered territories. The Aztec society was extremely complex. It was socially divided into nobility and populace. The nobles included the ruler, priests, and military, all of whom had special privileges and did not have to pay taxes. Poor people were forced to work as poets, painters, sculptors, peasants, doctors, or architects. They went to school to learn their trades and received military training to prepare them for war. They also went to school to learn about religion, music, and their language, Nahuatl, which we know about because they left codices with pictograms and texts telling their history. Tenochtitlan had a population of about 200,000 people when the Spaniards arrived. In the 16th century, it became one of the largest cities in the world. One of the world's greatest civilizations was the Aztecs. Significance of Aztecs' Templo Mayor. The Templo Mayor was the central region of the ancient Aztec Empire and the Aztecs' most sacred site. Manuel Gamio discovered remains that led archaeologists to believe that the site was known as the Templo Mayor, which we had only heard about until then. However, the site was not in the middle of the city. Rather, it was beneath Mexico City. Years passed, and in 1978, electrical workers excavating underground discovered a large sculpture that turned out to be a monolith representing an Aztec goddess, leading to the discovery of the Templo Mayor. Archaeologists began excavations and found many of the Aztecs' religious hearts. Excavations are still ongoing, excavating the Aztec Empire's ritual heart. They learned about the Templo Mayor's role in Aztec life and its powerful symbolism in the empire after excavating the temple's remains. Discovery at Templo Mayor. The discovery of the ruins of an Aztec temple and a ceremonial ball court in Mexico City sheds new light on the sacred spaces that Spanish conquerors overran 5 centuries ago. The discoveries were made on the grounds of a 1950s-era hotel on a nondescript side street located behind the colonial-era Roman Catholic Cathedral of the city off the main Zocalo Plaza. The underground excavations reveal a section of the foundation of a massive, round-shaped temple dedicated to Ejecatl, the Aztec wind god, and a smaller portion of a ritual ball court, confirming accounts of the Aztec imperial capital, Tenochtitlan, by the first Spanish chroniclers. Some of the original white stuccos remain visible on parts of the Aztec temple, built during the reign of Aztec Emperor Ahuitzotl, the forefather of Moctezuma. Conquistador Hernan Cortes deposed him during the Spanish conquest of Mexico. Early Spanish accounts describe a young Moctezuma losing a game against an elderly allied king on the court, which was interpreted as a sign that the Aztec Empire's day were numbered. Moreover, the round shape of the structure would have stood out among the several dozen square temples known to dominate the Aztecs' highly sacred ceremonial space before the 1521 conquest. According to Aztec archaeologist Eduardo Matos, the temple's top was likely designed to resemble a coiled snake, with numerous priests entering through a doorway shaped like a serpent's nose. After the excavations are completed, a museum will be designed on the site, rubbing shoulders with modern structures in the capital. Mexico, including its many colonial-era constructions with their protections, was built above the ruins of the Aztec capital. Discovery of secret tunnels under the city. Teotihuacan's people built long, deep tunnels beneath the Temple of the Sun and the Temple of the Plumed Serpent that led to the main courtyard. These were secret locations used for mysterious purposes that had been sealed for thousands of years before being discovered. The tunnel, only 18 feet wide and 5 feet high, leads 27 feet directly into a circular ceremonial platform at Tenochtitlan's Great Temple, or Templo Mayor complex, which overlaps with modern Mexico City. The archaeologists discovered 2 sealed doors at the tunnel's end. For unknown reasons, the entrance to these passageways was forcibly sealed with massive boulders 1,800 years ago. Someone wanted the entrance to the passageway sealed off, and they wanted to ensure that no one ever stepped inside again. The demise of the empire. There were 9 emperors before the arrival of the Spaniards, and 2 more during the Conquest War. Moctezuma II ruled the Aztec Empire for the final 18 years. During those years, The empire expanded through war, but exacting tribute from their subjects caused discontent. There were minor rebellions, but the Aztecs, who possessed superior military force, always prevailed. When the Spaniards landed in Veracruz in 1519, the locals, the Totonacas, complained to Conquistador Herman Cortes that Moctezuma, the señor of Tenochtitlan, had subjugated them. When Cortes learned of this, he promised to exempt them from paying tribute if they joined forces with them to overthrow Moctezuma. Thousands of indigenous people supported them in their fight to end Aztec rule. When the conquest occurred, Tenochtitlan fell, surrounded by land and sea. Those groups of Aztec enemies played a critical role in the Aztec Empire's demise. In addition, the Aztecs employed a strategy that backfired on them. Unlike the Spaniards, the Aztecs preferred to use prisoners of war as human sacrifices. The Aztecs captured Cortes, but did not kill him because they intended to sacrifice him. But his comrades came to his aid. Moctezuma was captured and killed by the Spaniards. That's all for today's video. The answer to the question we've asked is humans. Share your